Hi, I'm Jon Stapleton with CodeVA, and this is a quick tutorial on logic expressions with the microbit microcontroller. Let's get right into it. So I've got my simulator up here, and I'm going to show you how to use logic expressions. Now, logic expressions are a little bit of a that's a vocabulary term, right? Like that you have to define that for you and stuff. Basically, what a logic expression is it's a way for the microbit to choose to make a decision, an automatic decision, based on the value of two variables at the same time. So if you're familiar with if statements work with one variable, and logic expressions allow if statements to work with two variables. So pretty cool stuff. I'm going to show you how it works here. So let's get started. What I'm going to build here is sort of like a combination lock. I'm going to have two variables in my in the microbit. So let's go make those. I'll have I don't want count. Let's make some different variables. I'll have a variable called A and a variable called B. And we need to set B and set A. We'll set them both to 0. And the way I want my combination lock to work is I want the user to have to enter the right values for these two variables. And if they get the variables right and they try to quote open the microbit, then they get a check mark. They get a yes. So if they're successful, then we'll send a check mark. And if they're not successful, then we'll send an X. So here's my check mark, and here's my X. Okay, so I need the computer to choose between these. So to make that happen, I'm going to use an if statement. One goes here, and then I'll use an else for the other side. Now, I want the computer to choose either to do this part or this part, not both. And to do that, I'm going to use a comparison. I'll use a relational expression. So just to make it simple, I'm going to start with this one. And we'll set A. Now, A is going to have a secret value, and because the code isn't visible to the person using the microbit usually, I'm going to set this to 3. And this will become the secret value that the user needs to enter A. For A, I will have it, if button A pressed, then we'll change A by 1. Great. That's totally fine. Okay. And then I guess I'll show A after it changes so that they can see it. That way I know which value is which. Okay, cool. Great. This is enough to start with. So let's wait for our microbit to start. If I hit A, see A is 1, A is 2, A is 3, and then I'm going to go shake, and we should get check mark. Yay, you got it. Okay, so that's my one number combination lock, but that's not very hard to open, right? I would just be able to get that pretty easily. If I want the computer to take both variables into account, I need to use a logic expression. So that's what I'll do here. This is the logic expression. So I'm going to grab this. I'll put it over here for now. Now you can see it has two spots for two relational expressions. There's that one. And then I need another relational expression for B. And what should be the secret value for B? Let's do 1. If B is 1 and A is 3, and then the user shakes, then they'll get the unlocked icon. And if that's false, if they don't do that, then they'll get the X icon. So now I need to set up a way for the user to change the B value. So I'll do that the same way as before. I'll change B by 1 and then show B on the screen. Show number B. Okay. If B is 1 and A is 3 and A is 3, and then the user shakes, then we'll unlock it. Okay, let's try it out. So if we get A to 3, 2, 3, perfect. Get B to 1, and then shake. Yay, beautiful. Now if I do this again, if A is only 2, even if B is 1, we get X, because both expressions have to be true in order for the computer to get to this part of the code. Now there's another logic operator besides AND, there's OR. And if you use OR, then either of the expressions can be true. If neither of them are true, then the computer goes to this part. If one of them is true, then the computer goes to this part. So let's make that happen. I'm going to make we'll make A 3, so that'll be the part that's right, but then I'll make B go all the way to 2, and that's incorrect. But because we're using the OR operator here, the microbit is going to select that part of the code, because this entire expression ends up being a value of true. That's how these logic expressions work, is there's sort of like a way of combining relational expressions. So you can kind of create these like complex, like larger, more complicated conditions for the microbit to take into account. And that is how you use logic expressions. This is another sort of fundamental concept in programming. So there's a lot left to uncover beyond what I've covered here. So try out some stuff. See if you can get creative with logic expressions. If you have any questions or run into any problems, please get in the comments below. We'd love to help. You can also click the links in the description for more resources and new things to try with the microbit. Have fun, try stuff out. And as always, happy coding.